Hello guys, so today we are going to be looking at tangent lines. We have a question here, what is the value of x? On both sides of the question I have made some notes. One is light pink and the other one is light green. The light pink note is going to help us understand the different parts of the question so that we'll be able to answer the question, and the green note shows us the calculation to get the value of x. So looking at this question, you'll find out that on the question I've labeled the tangent, the red line, I've labeled the radius, the green line, and we have angles. One is red, one is blue, and the other one is green, and they are all 60 degrees, and we have x which we are required to find. So let's dive into the question fully now. So for the first point, the tangent is any line drawn at the edge of the circle, just touching the edge of the circle. We're on the pink, the light pink sticky notes now. So the tangent is any line drawn at the edge of the circle, just touching the edge of the circle. So if you look at this red line, which I call the tangent, excuse me, you find out that the tangent just touches this circle and passes. It doesn't enter and it doesn't really go out. So any line that touches the circle, just as this one has done, is called a tangent. So now I believe you should be able to know what a tangent is whenever you see one. The second point is the angle a tangent makes with a circle and the radius on each side is 90 degrees. Now, as we started, I told you there was a green line called the radius. You can see I labeled it and you can see the green line. This green line is the radius because it starts from the center of the circle and runs to the circumference of the circle. That's the edge of the circle. So that's exactly why it is the radius. Now, the radius meets the tangent at this point, and you can see I've marked perpendicular angles it made. That's 90 degrees at each side. This means that wherever a tangent meets a radius, at either side it forms 90 degrees. This is what this means. Now the third one is an equally marked triangle on all sides is called an equilateral triangle. This means all sides are equal and each angle in the triangle is 60 degrees. So looking further at this question now, we have a circle. You can see the circle, and we actually have two triangles. One is inscribed inside the circle, which means it's inside the circle, and the other one runs out. So we're going to be looking at the smaller triangle that is inscribed inside the circle. If you look at it clearly, you find out that each side has a strike, singular marking. This shows that all the sides are equal, and it follows that since all the sides are equal, all the angles will be equal. Now the question is why. So the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Since all the angles are equal, it means that if we divide 180 by 3, it's going to give us the value of one angle inside the triangle. So 180 divided by 3 is 60. This means that all angles inside the triangle will then be 60, 60, 60 as marked. The red angle 60, the blue angle 60, and the green angle 60. So this is why for an equilateral triangle, all the angles inside are 60 degrees and all the sides are equal. For the fourth point, the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. Just like we discussed earlier, you find out that 60 plus 60 plus 60 will give us 180. So wherever you have a triangle, no matter how big, no matter how small, the sum of the three triangles, because a triangle must have three angles, please, sorry. The sum of the three angles inside the triangle is always 180 degrees. Every triangle has three angles. Alright, so now we're now going to be focusing on the bigger triangle. And the bigger triangle is the triangle formed by the red line, the green line, and the blue line. If you look at it, you will see that both of them, where they meet at different points, form a bigger triangle. So for this bigger triangle, one of the angles is x, one of the angles is 60, and one of the angles is 90. If you look at it clearly at the different edges where you have angles, you will see that one place is 90, one place is 60, and one place is x. So now let's move over to the green sticky notes so that we understand how to solve the problem, having broken down the problem. So now the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, as stated earlier. This means that if we add x, one of the angles in the bigger triangle, to 60, the second angle in the bigger triangle, and then to 90, the third angle in the bigger triangle, the sum is going to give us 180 degrees. This is why on the green note we have x plus 60 plus 90 is equal to 180 degrees. Now I believe 60 plus 90 will give us 150. This is why if you go down to the second step of the calculation, you will see that x plus 150 is equal to 180. Now the next thing we have to do is to move this 150 over to 180, because 180 and 150 are like terms in that they are numbers. But if you want to move 150 across the equality sign, the sign will change from positive to negative. So it now becomes x is equal to 180 minus 150. And 180 minus 150 is 30. So x is 30 degrees. So I believe this question has been answered. I believe you understand. You can go through the video again if you did not get some things I said. Just go through the video and it's all simple. You would understand clearly everything I've said. So thank you for your time. I hope to see you soon. Take care.